There have been many colors and versions of Marvel's The Hulk over the years. Today we're talking about one of the standouts, a Hulk that is neither Bruce nor David Banner, but a character who's been with Hulk for nearly his entire story. Let's talk about General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, at a time when he became Red Hulk in 2008. General Ross first appeared in 1962 with Incredible Hulk issue 1. Since that time, he's been a proverbial thorn in Hulk's side. This began when Banner was transferred to a nuclear research facility owned by the U.S. Defense Department in a desert base in New Mexico, which was run by none other than Air Force General Ross. It was here that Banner worked on gamma bomb or G-bomb technology while running around with the general's daughter Betty. When the bomb exploded, Banner was exposed to its gamma radiation and he transformed into the Hulk. The Department of Defense considered him a threat to national security, and so General Ross was frequently tasked with capture or killing the Hulk to put down the menace. But what many didn't know is that General Ross secretly wanted the Hulk's power for himself. In fact, at one point, Senator Clegstead put General Ross in charge of Project Greenskin and later Gamma Base, a headquarters from which he ran Air Force Mobile Combat Force 1, also known as the Hulkbusters. The more times Hulk escaped from custody, the more Ross's animosity grew for the Hulk, and that animosity, that rage, expressed itself in the color red. Red Hulk first appeared in Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness's Hulk issue 1 in 2008. Red Hulk's origin, however, was told in later issues of that volume. His identity wasn't revealed until issue 22 of that series, just prior to his origin story, nearly 2 years after that volume began. So let's start there. Samuel Stearns, aka the Leader, along with MODOK from AIM or Advanced Idea Mechanics, were part of an international criminal network called the Intelligentsia. All the way back in 1971, a guy named Doc Samson created a device known as the cathexis ray. He initially used this to siphon off power from the Hulk in order to save General Ross's daughter. It worked, but the stored power within the projector imbued Dr. Samson with his own gamma power. Later, when the Leader's group kidnapped Doc Samson, they brainwashed him. They got him to use his cathexis ray to create an army of Hulks that General Ross would bring to bear on Bruce Banner. When Iron Man blasted Hulk with energy from an orbital weapons platform, his power was transferred from Hulk to the cathexis ray. It, in turn, was used to transform Betty Ross into Red She-Hulk, Rick Jones into A-Bomb, Doc Samson into Dark Samson, and General Ross into Hulk. The Intelligentsia would communicate with Red Hulk via a life model decoy of General Ross, allowing them some control over their creation. On one mission, this Red Hulk killed Abomination to get revenge for Betty Ross, and he also managed to take out a Wendigo. In Hulk's 2008 issue 1, General Ross, Commander Maria Hill from S.H.I.E.L.D., newly appointed S.H.I.E.L.D. Director Iron Man, Doc Samson, and She-Hulk were tracking down Abomination's killer. We didn't know at this point that this General Ross was the LMD. All they found at the crime scene was a massive golden gun S.H.I.E.L.D. issued. They'd soon find out. They were confronted by the Winter Guard, then a little girl who was all that remained of a nearby village, and all she could say was the word red. Back at Gamma Base where Bruce Banner was imprisoned, they asked for his help. That's when Red Hulk smashed through the wall of the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier and grabbed She-Hulk, knocking her out, telling her he could kill her at any time. He then hit Iron Man in the face with a S.H.I.E.L.D. fighter jet. The helicarrier then fell from the sky and crashed into the ground. Red Hulk then confronted A-Bomb, and the two battled at Gamma Base in Death Valley while the team continued to hunt him down, realizing he was emitting radiation like an overcharged battery. Banner had realized that the madder Red Hulk got, the hotter he got. The fight cracked the ground, causing Banner's cell to break, and he escaped, and confronted Red Hulk at the same time that Harpy did. Uatu the Watcher showed up at Gamma Base to tell him to stop, and so Red Hulk punched the Watcher in the face. He was about to crush him when Hulk stepped in to get him to stop, and they fought even more. Red Hulk broke Hulk's arm and had him in a chokehold, nearly passed out. The two behemoths fought atop San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge in the pouring rain. Red Hulk pulled out his golden gun and almost shot Hulk in the face with it, but the Hulk bit the metal and crushed the barrel. Ross then threw him in the water below and roared a monstrous roar as lightning crashed above. That's when his next opponent appeared, the god of thunder, Thor. Red Hulk jumped into space with Thor and hit him with his own hammer, a place where the hammer didn't need to be lifted, as Red Hulk certainly was not worthy. He threw Thor's body onto the moon and jumped back to Earth, where he landed so hard that he triggered the San Andreas fault line. Iron Man then recruited She-Hulk, the Thing, Human Torch, Ares, Hulk, and Abomination to help him stop Red Hulk. But at this time, they were thinking Red Hulk was Doc Samson. Hulk caught up with Red Hulk in Monument Valley on the Utah-Arizona border, and again the two Goliaths traded blows. Then Hulk and Abomination showed up, but Red Hulk managed to hold his own for a bit before Hulk finally managed to put the big red monster down. Doc Samson also took out Rick Jones before he could reveal Red Hulk's identity. She-Hulk was pissed about what happened, so she formed the Lady Liberators group to pursue Red Hulk and take him down, finally catching up with him at a base near the base of Mount Rushmore. She-Hulk hit him so hard the mountain cracked and we lost Lincoln's face. Valkyrie stabbed Red Hulk with her sword, but not even that worked. Then more ladies showed up to the fight. They took him down for a moment and chained him, but Rolk, as he's known, was able to outwit and escape the group, even taking Thundra as his hostage. But instead of harming Thundra, she became an ally to Red Hulk. Rolk made a team of his own comprised of him, Terex, Baron Mordo, and Tiger Shark, and together they went to the moon where Hulk, Namor, Silver Surfer, and Doctor Strange were talking with the Collector and the Grandmaster, two elder beings of the universe. Present-day Hulk made a deal with them, two teams handpicked by Hulk and Red Hulk. The brothers made the Hulks fight in Atlantis. Red Hulk impaled Hulk on a trident and declared the Hulk is dead, his eyes aglow with pure power and rage. He then delivered Hulk's body triumphantly to the Collector and the Grandmaster. They had Hulk return to the game where he killed Psycho Man, cut off Terex's head to the horror of Silver Surfer, whom he also choked out. Red Hulk then jumped on the Silver Surfboard with Terex's blade in hand and he flew away. He was rapidly absorbing and powering up with cosmic energy. He flew to the dark dimension where he obliterated Tiger Shark, then used the blade to take Namor's head right off. Rolk delivered Silver Surfer's body to Galactus, and Galactus then blasted Red Hulk, and Red Hulk crashed right down to the feet of the Elders, now just humbled a bit by the Eater of Worlds. They sent the other team after Hulk, so he killed one of the brothers, and Jarella also died here. Red Hulk said he started the game hoping Hulk would die, but this pain was better. He left him with a broken heart, just as Banner left him, which is a very big clue. Red Hulk cameoed in Wolverine's book where Ross punched Wolverine's face right off his head. Then MODOK captured Hulk and started doing experiments on him at the compound. The base was attacked by Spider-Man and She-Hulk, and in that battle, Hulk broke free and he ended up fighting with the Red Hulk again. Red Hulk drained Hulk's power, causing him to revert back to his human form. Doc Samson then sent Domino to spy on Red Hulk, and she saw him in his human form as General Ross. He prevented Domino from revealing his identity, and in response, Samson and the Ross LMD spun up a new team called Code Red. This team was Elektra, Thundra, Deadpool, the Punisher, Crimson Dynamo, and of course Red Hulk. Their pursuit of Domino caused them to clash with the X-Force Special Forces team and Red She-Hulk. Red Hulk battled X-Force Wolverine in the ensuing battle. Thundra decided to help Red Hulk right around the time when Red She-Hulk appeared. Red Hulk couldn't see her because Wolverine had temporarily blinded him by slashing his face with his adamantium claws, so Thundra explained who was there, and Ross didn't know who that was. She grabbed Red Hulk and escaped into some tunnels where they talked. Someone had sent Red She-Hulk to rescue Red Hulk, but who? Red Hulk shared a parable he knew and asked if she'd heard it before, and she said yes, but that person was now dead to her. It was a trick, and Samson's Code Red took Red Hulk down. The two Red Hulks battled across the city until they all realized they were being used. In Fall of the Hulks in 2010, we see how Red Hulk was able to destroy the Ross LMD in his Hulkbuster armor. Samson's speech at the funeral cut to Red She-Hulk just as Samson was mentioning Ross's proudest moment, which was bringing his daughter Ross into the world. Red Hulk then went to Bruce Banner at his secret lab for help. In the opening parts of The Fall of the Hulks, the Thing of the Fantastic Four ended up fighting with Red Hulk briefly until they cleared up their misunderstanding, and it was here we learned that negative zone energy actually weakens Red Hulk. Red Hulk went to attack a secret AIM facility and ran into Rick Jones as A-Bomb again. Together they discovered it to be a MODOK cloning facility. They then encountered AIM's synthezoid versions of Cosmic Hulk, and another melee ensued. Red Hulk then, under the cover of night, jumped out of a B-2 stealth bomber and right into Wakanda to rescue Black Panther, whose body was being stolen by Red Ghost for the intelligentsia. The X-Men attacked him, but then he was saved by the Super Apes, who in turn proceeded to attack Red Hulk themselves. Red Hulk ripped one of the apes' faces in half right in front of their handler Red Ghost, and then he jumped back to Banner's secret hideout. This was happening while Leader's group had Reed Richards and Dr. Doom captured and off the table. Red Hulk helped Thundra get back into her timeline as well. Again, A-Bomb attacked, and the two irradiated Hulksters fought. Bruce showed up in battle armor, since he couldn't become Hulk for a while during this era. This event was not too long after Worldbreaker Hulk came with his Warbound from Sakaar to initiate World War Hulk. Red Hulk, MODOK, and Samson attacked She-Hulk inside the crashed helicarrier that they'd converted to their base, but she'd be rescued by Lyra. This is when She-Hulk and Red She-Hulk She-Hulk battled each other too. MODOK attacked Red Hulk while his hulked-out AIM Marines assaulted Washington, D.C. Back out west, Banner and Red Hulk planted a self-destruct device to take out their enemy. Red Hulk then went to Hulk, but instead of fighting, asked him for help in finding Betty Ross. For trust, Red Hulk told Banner who he was and how he became the Hulk, but we, the readers, still didn't know yet. They attacked MODOK's base, which is when Red Hulk was impaled by an AIM Gamma Droid monster and then was attacked by Cyborg Hulk. He was taken down, and so Doc Samson put the big red machine into a stasis chamber. Deadpool, of all people, broke into the helicarrier, and he was turned into Hulkpool. This was happening when the villains turned the cathexis ray on the heroes and turned them all into these hulked-out heroes, which were Hulk versions of the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and even Spider-Man. Red Hulk battled with a hulked-out Thor and all the hulked-out heroes, and still stood his ground. This is when he ran into Red She-Hulk again, who told him he builds up energy like a reactor, but without a cooling system, he overheats. So she siphoned off his excess power, and he reverted to his human form. She couldn't kill him. Why, he asked. Because, she said, you are my father. This is when Red Hulk is revealed to be General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, and Red She-Hulk is Betty Ross. Red Hulk went to Washington, D.C. and ripped the leader's head off his shoulders and declared himself in charge now. Inevitably, he fought Hulk again while his daughter fought She-Hulk. Hulk took him down and remanded him to a prison cell at Gamma Base, one of the only places he could actually be held. Captain America tricked him into becoming Ross, his human form, and then they took him to Banner's lab to remove his energy siphoning powers from him, depowering the Red Hulk. Eventually, Captain America convinced Ross to work with them, albeit alone in the field sometimes, to take down Stearns and MODOK's scorched earth failsafe protocols. They made him work with Iron Man, then Thor, who hadn't forgiven him for the last encounter yet. Those two went to space together to stop another of the Doomsday protocols, and the Watcher appeared while Red Hulk was being pulled into a black hole. Inside the black hole, we saw a bunch of flashbacks until Thor was able to pull him out, and they crashed back down onto Earth. Red Hulk then went out with Captain America to stop another part of the plot in the Atlantic, and there they ran into Namor the Submariner, but when they worked together, Namor ripped off Red Hulk's breathing apparatus deep undersea, and Namor beat the crap out of him and then returned him to the surface world. They then deployed Red Hulk over Monster Island for the next phase of the operation. There he fought dinosaurs and ran into A-Bomb again. Ross ended up reverting to his human form again, and so Rick Jones, A-Bomb, had to protect him from the monsters. That is until Hulk came to help and save Rick Jones while also destroying a MODOK brain factory. Right after that, he fought with a guy named Woodgod, then Impossible Man, and then Zemnu the Living Titan. Impossible Man combined the two Hulks into a green and red compound Hulk and made him fight Klaw, the Black Hulk. This forced the Hulks to work together finally. Meanwhile, this cosmic being named Omejex had met with Uatu and had detected residual energy from Red Hulk on the Watcher, and so he tracked that energy to its source, heading toward Earth to confront the beast. In Anya Corazon, Spider-Girl, she ran into Red Hulk when he was fighting with the Fantastic Four, and it was he who killed Spider-Girl's dad. Red Hulk chased Spider-Girl, but then left as quickly as he appeared. He then fought with another military leader who had his own version of the Redeemer armor and a massive ship called the Thunderbolt. They fought to a standstill, but 40 had managed to get some nanites into Ross's system, allowing him to track the big red beast. Then Dr. Korinji, aka 01, and a monster named Black Fog found and attacked Red Hulk. Luckily, Ross had gone to space around this time, so Omejex didn't get to Earth just yet. He ended up on a planet called Tyran and killed their king, which made Red Hulk king of the Tyranians, who were warring with the Randas of a nearby planet. This was all an illusion, though, revealed by a watcher named Uravo. He then fought with Zax, and in trying to save an LMD named Annie, beat him and his handler, MODOK's superior. When Parker Robbins, formerly the Hood, was going around collecting Infinity Gems, he ran right into Red Hulk and took him down with a gem's power. Red Hulk went back to the Avengers to warn them about the Hood, so they all teamed up to stop an Infinity-empowered Hood. Red Hulk smashed the gems out of Hood's hands, and they continued fighting across reality until Iron Man could use the gauntlet to stop him. During the Fear Itself event in 2011, Red Hulk battled with a hammer-empowered The Thing, who is now called Angrier, Breaker of Souls. And yes, Red Hulk lost. In New Hampshire, Black Fog ended up helping Red Hulk by attacking Omejex, who finally found his way to Earth. Omejex decided not to destroy Earth, and later 01 also changed her mind, notably after meeting with Oravo the Watcher and Annie. Ross was prepared to die to save Annie, but then Omejex just disappeared in an energy blast. Soon after that, Ross found himself in Qatar and in a fight with Arabian Knight. He then teamed up with Machine Man to infiltrate Sharzad, which is when they ended up being attacked by a Manticore. This ended up being a fake Arabian Night, and they were ambushed and then got tossed through a portal into an area of space that belonged to the Rigelian aliens. Red Hulk was there until he was rescued by Machine Man. He then helped out the heroes during the Spider Island event, also in 2011, and rallied with the Avengers and X-Men to squash the Queen. Following Annihilation, the Avengers confronted a team called the Annihilators, and this is when Red Hulk fought with Beta Ray Bill. When one of Annihilation waves found its way to Earth's doorstep, Red Hulk paired up with She-Hulk to fight back. He appeared in the opening issues of Avenging Spider-Man Next, teaming up with the Web-Slinger to fight Mole Man and his Moloid army. Later, Red Hulk teamed up with Machine Man again to find Zero-One's base and again fought with her. They battled her forces on a frozen island in the Pacific, and the three of them were finally able to take her down. Then, in a story called Circle of Four, Red Hulk found himself tracking down Venom in Las Vegas when Blackheart opened a portal to hell in the City of Sin. Red Hulk teamed up with Venom, Ghost Rider, and X-23 to battle Mephisto's son and his forces of evil. This is when Blackheart created Encephalon to be Red Hulk's antithesis. The four died but were resurrected, with Red Hulk gaining both the Spirit of Vengeance and the Venom symbiote for a while, and in the end, they were victorious. Not long after that, Ross had a run-in with Cersei and Icarus of the Eternals. Then, working with the Avengers, he put on a sonic screen helmet devised by Emma Frost and Tony Stark to help them defeat Zemnu and then Fin Fang Foom. Ross then stayed on with the Avengers in 2012 during a time when they were hunting for Norman Osborn. He and Storm were taken down when Madame Hydra and her hulked-out Hydra agents attacked. They were all working for Norman Osborn and Hammer. It was Spider-Woman and Quake who freed Red Hulk from Hammer. Osborn then appeared, flanked by an army of hand ninjas, so Hulk punched Osborn in the face. That was a trick though. Osborn had the super adaptoid technology, absorbing Red Hulk's power, and he himself became Hulkified. Hulk held him off until Novar could get his arms around the Norman Hulk. Norman absorbed Novar's Kree DNA and it caused him to crack and melt. It took them a large battle, but they were able to stop Madame Hydra and arrest her agents. Back in Spider-Man's book, the Avengers took out the Sinister Six, but Ross was knocked out. They had all fought to stop a Doc Ock plot to control the Earth. When the Phoenix Force came to Earth and it pitted the X-Men against the Avengers, Red Hulk remained an Avenger, even helping lead with Captain America. Colossus attacked a S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier above the X-Men's Utopia, and he fought with the Red Hulk, causing them to plummet into the waters below. Ross then battled with Colossus underwater, even as a Sidorak-empowered Colossus transformed into the new Juggernaut. The Avengers team waiting to intercept the Phoenix Force were met by the X-Men on the moon and the teams battled. Red Hulk fought Juggernaut in the blue area of the moon, and he defeated Rasputin rather easily, leaving him for the Thing to continue beating on. His battle with Juggernaut was just before the X-Men were imbued with the Phoenix Force, and that's when he planned to assassinate Phoenix-empowered Cyclops. The team attacked Namor, who was now strong enough to break Red Hulk's arm. Later, Red Hulk, A-Bomb, and Machine Man teamed up with Alpha Flight for a story called Mayan Rule, where they were fighting against Mayapan villains. Back home, he attacked Wonder Man, who laid him out cold, and then Red Hulk began leading his own Thunderbolts team. This was him, Deadpool, Elektra, the Punisher, and Venom. This was more of a Wetwork-style strike team akin to X-Force than the original Thunderbolts team. Red Hulk had captured the leader's body and imbued him with red gamma radiation, turning him into Red Leader, but he was shot by the Punisher. They also fought with General Awa from Kata Jaya. Then they fought with the leader again after he became Madman. After Elektra joined the team, they fought terrorists armed with Crimson Dynamo suits, and soon after that, Abigail Wright joined them, but she would go rogue and ended up fighting with her team, and remained a foe until that series wound down and the T-Bolts split up. When Banner removed some of Hulk's powers, Ross started monitoring Banner, and Banner at this time was super smart. This led to the two Hulks fighting once more, but that ended with the US Army arresting General Ross. During Civil War II, we learned that Ross was still in a top-secret secure prison facility, but then 2 years later he was freed and on parole for helping fight Hydra during Secret Empire. At the end, Ross was apparently murdered, and Captain America was blamed for the crime. It turns out that this Ross was another LMD. Because of the time when Red Hulk had the symbiote during Circle of Four, the symbiote found the buried LMD and he ate it. It was the Hulk who found Ross's body in a grave of Carnage's victims. Only Black Widow and just a couple others knew that Ross was still alive. He was in hiding and had gone to ground, though he secretly helped the Daughters of Liberty fight against Selene in 2021. Later, Ross was captured by the Power Elite, and Crossbones tortured the General. Ross turned into Red Hulk, though, and punched his way through Cutthroat and the Power Elite, meeting up with Captain America once again, and he's still out there, ready to fight some more. And there have been a few animated video game versions of the Red Hulk, and we just may get another one in the near future in live action. That's a wrap on this one, my friends. I'm Jesse, this is JLS Comics, and I'll see you soon.